Sometimes during a prep, you tend to be a little
dickhead. I needed to. I look cute.
So I figured it'd be a fun slash kind of informative idea to actually have my lovely girlfriend right here and just kind of go over how she experienced me being on prep mode and how it all went in the relationship as well. Because sometimes during a prep, you tend to be a little
dickhead.
That's not what I wanted to say, but you tend to be focused on yourself a lot, and we already communicate very well with these particular things, but it's a pretty controversial topic since bodybuilding can be a very egotistical sport or an egotistical thing in particular. So I think it's a nice idea to kind of go over how we handled it and what she thought about me doing a prep, and kind of go over how I tried to do my best to still put my part into the relationship instead of just only being focused on the prep and the cut in general, right? So I think it's a good idea to just go over how you experienced me starting a prep and going for a competition. How did you experience that? What's your thoughts about that?
Well, to be honest, when he first started, I was like really proud because he never done it before. You always see these people do it, and a friend of mine did it last year, so I went to that, and it's like really cool to be there.
She actually went to a competition before, and I've never actually seen it like in real, so that's another pretty interesting thing. But anyway,
yeah, I know what he's gonna expect and he doesn't, so that's a funny thing. But I'm still really proud that he was gonna do it. And of course, I'm 100% in. I'm supporting you. So
definitely.
Because you're one team. It's your goal, it's your job, it's your dream. You should do that. A little while later.
Yeah.
In the beginning it wasn't that hard, you know. He was still going out more. We could have like our Sunday morning breakfast because I don't like making breakfast. I'm not the kind of girlfriend who's gonna make you breakfast in bed. He's the kind of boyfriend who does that for me.
Exactly, that's like the roles are different in that particular, but yeah, what she means is normally on Sunday, I've done this in the vlog before, but we liked to go out to Subway or just go to some place where they have like some breakfast things, some eggs, some toast, some sandwiches and so forth. But when you're on prep, you have to be a lot more strict, and to be honest, even myself, I found it tough to make that switch because you don't know what you got till it's gone, right? So immediately when I started like taking prep a little bit more seriously, I thought, man, we really enjoyed life. We really enjoyed it. We went out to eat so many times when I'm not on prep mode. But yeah, it's definitely fun, but it's a different thing. Like when you're not that strict and you're just on the lean gain train, for example, you have a lot more room for those fun activities, right? But if you really have a set date that you need to be ready, like for stage, for example, there's just some focus mode that gets zoned in, and you automatically think like, I can't really do that because, you know, I need to be ready on time. So there was definitely a switch. Yeah,
that is also, I think, the hardest part for me, you doing a prep, because I'm not the one choosing to do it.
Yeah.
But you're still somehow in it together.
Whoops.
And that kind of means, like, in the beginning it was like still a little bit easy, you know, we still did fun things. But like he said, he is like really focused, dedication, he keeps on doing it. And I'm proud of that. But the more he got into the competition, we started going out a little less, we started fucking a little less, we started doing a lot of things a little less.
And that's definitely true, and that is something that I also communicated well with Romy before I actually started. Like from hearing a lot of people going on a prep and getting to a very low body fat, libido drops like crazy. And especially the lower you get, sex drive is just non-existent, and that's a tough thing, and especially in a relationship. So I'm glad that we communicated that before.
Well, I think it's an important thing. If you're gonna start as... I'm gonna move closer, yeah, because story time with Romy. My life advices. Oh, my back hurts.
There we go. Right.
Okay, look. If you're a man or a woman, no matter what, if you're gonna start a prep, don't start a relationship to start with when you're planning to be in a prep. No, it's honest, because you're gonna feel like you're not wanting to have sex. That is honest opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true. So don't do that, because the other person doesn't choose to be in that competition. It's you. So wait, if you like somebody, if you love somebody, till after the competition. If you are studying competition, you should look up these things, because they can happen, they don't have to happen. If they do happen, discuss them before.
Definitely.
If you're both okay with this, like are you both okay to not go out all the time and not fuck all the time, because you're just hungry all the time. It's not fun. But I decided I'm gonna be okay with this. I'm gonna support you through this. You told me before, and we keep talking about it throughout. But also, especially if you're a man and you're doing this prep, you're not fucking with your girlfriend. You're not doing that. But don't forget to make her feel beautiful. You didn't forget to make me feel beautiful. If you started to just focus on you, because you're doing that a lot, but you were forgetting about me and spoiling me time to time, keep telling me how beautiful I am and how much you appreciate me. If you weren't doing that, I wasn't staying through this prep. I was gonna leave.
And that's definitely an important thing, and especially since, like I said, you're very self-centered, especially during a prep. You need it's a necessity to actually take time to make time for your loved ones and to actually make them feel appreciated as well, because I understand that a lot of people might have trouble with that, considering that you're constantly focused on one thing, and you're constantly thinking about food, thinking about the workout that you need to do, the cardio that you need to do, and especially at the end of the day when you're freaking tired AF, it can be tough. But that is also something that is part of the prep, right? It's not just you dieting down. You have to take that as an entire experience and learn from that, and always keep in the back of your mind that you're still, if you're in a relationship, and even in terms of family and friends, you need to make time for them, because otherwise prep can be damaging, and especially in relationships.
Yes, because you start a relationship to be together forever. That's why you start it. Yeah. But a prep, of course, it's like exciting, but it's temporary. It's a temporary feeling, it's temporary hunger, it's temporarily not feeling anything in any kind of drive. But you should know, when that temporary feeling ends and you fucked up during it with your family, with your relationship, you're not gonna give a shit during it. Trust me, I know a lot of people who broke up during the prep and they didn't give a shit because they were focused and dedicated. Yeah. But after the prep, you're gonna be like,
oh shit.
I wish I was better to him, or I was better to her. You should always keep that in mind.
Exactly.
You should not forget that.
Exactly what she says. That's so true, because it's like you're in a certain mind state of I'm in a prep, so I'm important and they need to take me into account. And
about that, he did that sometimes. Honestly,
I had 1 week, and I put this on the channel as well, and it's something that I truly did regret afterwards, because around halfway during prep I let it get to the better of me. I kind of let it consume me.
Not just to me, but also to your friends.
Yeah, exactly. I was a dick, right? And I truly I fully accept that and take onto myself. And the beauty of that is not that it happened, but also kind of, because you can learn from that. At least if you put yourself open to taking that as a learning experience, because that was like the first time that I actually started to experience like the negative side effects to dieting down, and I was feeling that cold feeling that you always get, and that hunger and that lethargicness. So I was like, what the fuck?
But the fun part about that kind of was, because he was being not just a dick to me, he was also being mean to his friends. And I heard that from his friends. I'm a tough person. So on that moment I was like, hold up, wait a minute. You are the only one deciding to do this prep. You are the only one deciding to do this to yourself. All the people around you choosing to support you. You don't treat them like shit. Even when you're hungry, you're gonna be a man. You decide to do this. You're gonna be nice to your friends. You're gonna be nice to me. You're gonna regret this afterwards.
Exactly.
And he did a lot to make that up to me. He took me out to lunch. He bought me coffee. And because my love, again, people, it goes to my stomach. He said sorry to his friends, because somehow, honestly, you had to.
Yeah, I did.
Because you're supposed to. You're supposed to always be nice to people, because you're the only one choosing to do this.
Exactly, and that is something that you have to realize. And this goes for everything, right? Not just prepping, but also dieting and just dieting in general. Like, you can feel like shit, but do not let it consume you. At the end of the day, you're choosing to do this, right? If I'm not mistaken, nobody is forcing you to do this, or at least not in my case. So like, it can happen, of course, and it's okay if it happens, but at least admit it and do something with it. Like, do not just think like, oh, okay, yeah, I was dieting, so I was a dick, so freaking what? Just do something with it. See it as a learning experience. It can of course be tough, but the only thing that I now can realize is that the next time, if I want to do another competition prep later in the future or something, this is something that I shouldn't do. It can do a lot of harm, trust me.
And if you genuinely feel like you're too hungry or not feeling anything, I also said that to him. If you're really gonna be hungry and you're not gonna be nice, because I didn't know how it's gonna end up, say to your friends, I'm not seeing you the next 2 weeks because I'm not gonna be nice. Say to your girlfriend, you know what, maybe it's better if I stay at home and we don't see each other. Not because I don't love you, but it's not gonna be healthy for our relationship. Yeah. Maybe you can see each other for a couple of hours, but don't sleep together, don't spend too much time together. See, I'm a tough one, so I'm gonna tell him like, you're acting like a dick. Yeah. Man, be nice to me. If you're not gonna be nice to me, you go home. But he's doing pretty well now, especially at the end. I was expecting for him to be a lot worse and a lot more hungry, but he's doing actually very, I'm not saying anything for the last week, because I know a day before he's gonna be stressed and he's not gonna be nice, because this afternoon he was hungry and he was acting like, and I was like,
But that's also an interesting thing, because like I said, around halfway I really started to feel it and I was like, holy crap, what is happening to me? And after that, I've said this in the series before, right? But
wait, hold up. Making a boomerang of us.
Alright, okay. You need to zoom. Follow her on Instagram at @RoMyDiets and me at Gino Brouwers. Just a little Instagram plug right here.
You actually should. I mean, you're like a really fit person, but you should. I'm way more funny than he is. I mean, if my life doesn't turn out the way I should be, I'm just gonna be a comedian or something. I swear.
You should actually.
Yeah, I'm hella funny.
Back on topic. It's crazy to see like how I'm acting now, or how I feel right now, and how I felt like halfway in, because to be honest, that is the whole learning experience.
I'm not letting it in, you're at the end already.
Yeah, but when I was halfway in.
Oh, okay, I didn't get it.
I'm now not letting it consume me. I'm just choosing to do this, and whenever I feel like a little bit more crappy or tired or lethargic or whatever, I just choose to put that on myself. So if I feel that way, I'm not gonna react that out to another person, or my girlfriend here in particular. So keep that in mind. It can be damaging if you let it consume you, so just remind yourself that you're choosing to do this, especially in a relationship and just in general.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely. But at the end, it also had like a really, I swear to God, they couldn't find my place on the ground. Just stop doing cardio. Oh my God. But at the end of the day, the most positive thing about this, because you didn't have a coach, you coached yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
It makes me see more what of a dedicated person he is. Because he can put himself through torture, stay nice, and stay focused on his goal. It makes me see what kind of person he is. And it makes me see that it's somebody I'm gonna be glad I choose for the rest of my life. Not just as a partner, not just as a boyfriend, but also as a future father of my children, and in situations, no matter what we go through. Now I know that when he is like tired, he's not in the mood for it, he can still find his dedication to do things, and that makes me really proud. It makes me a really happy person. Yeah, I'm so cute. I love you.
Right, so we ran out of space for a little second, but here we are back again.
We're back.
Oh wait. Now we are back. That has been the biggest reason I wanted to do prep in the first place.
And see what you're capable of.
Exactly. So I truly now understand what hard working is, even if you don't feel like it. Like, there were many times where I was thinking, like, do I really want to do this cardio session because I am freaking tired and I just basically wanted to go home, but I did it. I did everything that I needed to do, basically, and that is the only way that you actually will reach success in whatever avenue it is, right? So I wanted to get stupid lean for a competition, so I had to do the things that I needed to do. So when I said to myself, I'm going to do X amount of cardio sessions per week, and I'm going to be eating X amount of calories per week, I cannot afford to skip out on that session or go over my calories. It's a goal, so you have to be strict.
But it's not just that. It's also, it's a personality test. The things I said before, like it's gonna improve him as a person and makes him see what kind of person, but it's also a personality test. It makes you see, like, imagine in 5 years we have children. You're gonna be up all night, you gotta do shit all night, you gotta be tired, maybe you gotta be working even more, you gotta wake up at 7 in the morning, you woke up 5 times a night. You still gotta be nice to every person you see, because being nice, let me tell you, being nice is the only thing in life that isn't gonna cost you any money.
Exactly.
It's the only thing you can give and get for free. But it's also the one thing, if you're not it anymore, what's the point? I mean, people are not gonna like you. You're not even gonna like yourself at the end of the day. This is like the biggest personality test you can have.
Definitely.
And you had some doubts. I'm not gonna lie about that. But you picked yourself up. You said sorry to the people you were mean to in the last, I think, 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
You've been really focusing not just on your goal, but also on your personality. And I think it's a really good thing to do. And I think a lot of more people in the prep should watch their personalities. Because it's the biggest test in your life. Because it's not just gonna be your prep you're gonna be tired in. It's gonna be a lot of more moments in life. So if you're doing this, you're preparing for the big moments in life.
Definitely. And that is the biggest kind of like metaphor that this prep has taught me. Like I've said this a lot of times before, but I now do not only understand what hard working in the gym actually is, but also working hard on everything else. Relationships, family, friends, my business goals, you name it, you know, everything that actually requires hard work to be successful in. The same for relationships as well. You need to put in the freaking work. And that's just the way it is, because if you start putting in work for whatever you want to accomplish or whatever you want to maintain, that won't happen. That won't happen.
But it also kind of makes you see, like, life is always gonna be hard work. It always makes you do a lot. You can't focus on one thing at a time. You're always gonna be, even in life without a prep, you're always gonna do so many things at the same time.
Exactly.
You always gotta focus on everything at the same time. You gotta learn to do that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my eye is itchy. I swear to god, I can't.
I'm gonna leave this in, by the way.
Next time I'm gonna wear makeup, people. I swear I can look so much better.
But you're so beautiful. But the biggest thing that I'm actually really excited about is the momentum that I've been able to build with this YouTube channel. I had this idea in my mind before I started prep that doing this competition prep would be very good for my YouTube goals. Being able to provide a lot more value to you guys, and ever since I just started to upload 3, 4, 5 videos per week, putting in the freaking work, I'm seeing growth. And that is exactly what I mean with, if you want to succeed in whatever it is, you need to put in work. That's just the way it is.
Oh, I also wanted to say, like, not just for your YouTube, but I think business-wise, because you get a lot of requests if you can train people for that competition.
Yep.
And he did it one time, because you can't help somebody going through something if you don't know what they're going for. And I think business-wise, this is also a really great move. So because you can help people prepping. But we went out for sushi and pizza every week.
Anyway, but yeah, that's also a true thing, because I'm not recommending this to everyone, because it requires a lot of eyeballing and estimating macro skills. So you definitely need to at least put in some time to actually track macros and understand what the basics are. But if you followed the devoted series, I went out for sushi like 2 or 3 times during prep on refeed days. We've eaten pizza 2 or 3, maybe.
Every time if we didn't eat sushi, I love pizza.
Yeah, we went out to eat pretty much for the majority of prep, and that is because I understand macros. I can pretty much look at a plate and guesstimate the macros, and it won't always be 100% perfectly accurate, but that's okay as long as you look at the big picture. I did it, and you can now see that it's definitely possible. So just understand that you can do that if you get the skills necessary for it. And that makes prepping, at least, and dieting in general, a lot easier. It doesn't have to be as hard as a lot of people make it out to be, and eating out of Tupperware, unless that's your preference, you can do that, but you should understand that it's not the only way to go about it, right? So just keep that in mind. Anyway, I just felt it would be very interesting and very informative for you guys as well to hear how this prep went for us as a couple and how it affected the relationship and if it actually affected the relationship and so forth. So that is it for this video, guys. I sincerely hope you all enjoyed. If you would like to see Romy on the channel more often and perhaps for a couple Q&A, fitness Q&A and so forth, please let me know in the comments down below. That is it for this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to smash the like button.
Okay guys, Gino and Romy checking out for yet another video.
Not even checking out, you don't even know the outro.
Yeah, but I see you every day. I don't watch this video.
She doesn't.
You hit the like button, so the thumbs up. You subscribe to the channel. You follow me on Instagram. I should really do my makeup.
Alright.
Bye guys!
Subscribe to the channel for so much more content coming really soon. I'm out, guys, and peace out. See you in the next one.
Yeah.